Hey everyone! So, we're going to talk about something you probably do all the time shopping online. But what we're really going to uncover is this massive, kind of invisible system that's always working to keep you safe. Seriously, it's wild. Let's get into it. Think about it. You see something you like. You click buy now. It's that simple, right? We all do it millions of times a day. But have you ever, really stopped to think about what's happening behind the scenes? Who's making sure that things showing up at your door is, actually safe? Well, it turns out there's this huge guardian system, I guess you could call it. It's like this invisible safety shield that's constantly scanning millions and millions of products. And it's filtering out thousands of potentially dangerous things before they even pop up in your search results. Pretty cool, right? And the whole thing is built on one super simple idea. If a product could hurt someone, if it's misleading, or if it's illegal, it's just not allowed. That's it. Full stop. And that one rule is the foundation for, well, everything we're about to dive into. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. Where do you think the rules are the absolute strictest? Yeah, you guessed it. Stuff for kids. And, it makes total sense that this is where they draw the hardest line. And this is where it gets really surprising. A lot of these things look totally harmless. You might even see them for sale in regular stores. But oh man, each one has a hidden danger. Those cute crib bumpers, they're a suffocation risk. Water beads, if a kid swallows one, it can cause a fatal blockage inside them. And get this, even something as simple as a drawstring on a kid's hoodie is a major no-go because it's a strangulation hazard. Just wild. And that really tells you everything you need to know, right? When it comes to stuff for babies and kids, there is absolutely zero tolerance for risk. The goal here isn't just to make a sale. It's all about preventing any chance of choking, suffocation, or any other kind of injury. The bottom line, safety comes first, period. Okay, but it's not just about kids stuff. This whole safety mindset goes way beyond that. You'd actually be shocked at how many everyday items, things you probably wouldn't even blink at, are also heavily restricted, and for some really, really good reasons. This right here is a perfect example of how they think. You or I might see a Samsung Galaxy Note 7 and just think, oh, it's a phone. But the safety team, they see a known fire and explosion risk. They're not just looking at the product, they're looking at its history, its potential for danger. It's a totally different way of seeing things. And believe me, the list of surprising no's just keeps going. Those cool tabletop gel fire lamps, huge fire hazard. Loose lithium-ion batteries, yeah, those can explode. And remember those super powerful little magnets? If a kid swallows them, they can cause just devastating internal damage. And here's a crazy one. Even something that's supposed to keep you safe, like a fire-extinguishing ball, is banned. Why? Because it might not actually work when you desperately need it to. So you see the pattern here, right? It's all about being proactive. The whole system is designed to catch these fire risks, explosion risks, or accident risks way before anything bad can happen in your house. And just so you know, it's not just about things that can, blow up or catch fire. The rules cover a ton of other stuff too, like food and things that are sensitive to temperature. For example, in India, they have to follow strict FSSI standards to make sure nothing poses a health risk. Some of the examples are just wild. Mad honey, pong pong seeds, those are literally toxic. But it's also more subtle stuff. They'll block vitamins if the dose is way higher than the recommended daily amount. Or even milk powder if there's no way to guarantee it'll stay cold during shipping, because that could make it unsafe. It all comes down to keeping you healthy and making sure everything's compliant. Now, this is a super important point, so listen up. Just because you can walk into a store and buy something off the shelf doesn't mean it's allowed on Amazon. A lot of the time, their own internal safety rules are actually stricter than what you'd find in the general market. Okay, so what happens on the other side? What if you're a seller and your product gets blocked by the safety net? Well, it's not always game over, but there's a very specific process they have to go through.
So if a seller thinks, hey, my product is perfectly safe, this was a mistake, they can appeal it. It's basically a three-step thing. They go into their account, find the exact reason, the policy violation, and then they have to submit all the right paperwork and documents to prove their case.
But, and this is a big but, the whole system is built on the idea that it's the seller's job to make sure their product is safe and follows the rules from day one. So just because you can appeal doesn't mean you'll win. All right, so we've seen how this whole system works from the inside. But how can you take this and use it yourself? How can you start to think like one of these safety experts and spot risks? Well, it turns out it all comes down to one simple question. This is it.
This is the mental shortcut that kind of sums up this entire safety philosophy. If there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this tool. It'll help you be a much smarter and safer shopper.
Just ask yourself this one thing. Before you hit that buy button, especially if it's for your home or your family, just take a second and ask, could this thing, in any scenario, cause an injury, choking, a fire, or poisoning? Because you know what? If the answer to that question is yes, or even just a maybe, there's a really good chance it's the kind of product that this huge, invisible safety shield would have already flagged and blocked. It's a simple question, but it gives you a really powerful way to look out for yourself and your family. Definitely something to keep in mind the next time you're about to click buy now.